Hellraiser was released in 1987, and it was based off of Clive Barker's work, The Hellbound Heart. I've actually done a review on this one back in October of last year, and so I'll link it in the description below so you guys can check it out. But then, 1 year later, the film Hellraiser 2 came out, and actually the correct title was Hellbound Hellraiser 2 came out. So we see in the beginning, it's basically just kind of a recap of the first one, and it shows kind of the end, and it's a good thing. I like that because we do. Sometimes when they do that, it's cool. Sometimes it's not. But in this one, it is a good little thing. And also in this one, we see the origins of Pinhead, which is actually a pretty interesting thing to see. It's not just, he's just there and that's how he is. I mean, we see the origins of Pinhead. And I know that we're not supposed to call him Pinhead because technically his lead Cenobite. But, for all intents and purposes, everyone else calls him Pinhead. So for this review, I will call him Pinhead. And in this one, the girl from the first one, and she is now in a mental institution because she, of course, is explaining to her doctor about Pinhead and the rest of the Cynobites because, that's what she witnessed and everything. Of course, they think she's just crazy, so they put her in this mental institution. And in this institution, there is a girl who likes to solve puzzles. And wouldn't you know, she makes the Cenobite box. So there we go. Good job. Hell on earth. But that's not till the third one, kids. But one of the nurses of Dr. Channard is telling someone about taking the mattress to his house, and it's just kind of odd. I thought that he was, that he was like, hey, let's do the. I don't know. It was just, he overhears. I'm sorry. He overhears Dr. Channard saying that, and I thought it was kind of weird that, he even had any interest in it, but he does. So it was one of the patients, that they were supposed to overthink. And so he goes, and the orderly breaks into the doctor's room and sees the bloodstained mattress on the floor, and he's like, weird. It's like, yes, sir, it is. Yes, it is weird. And of course, we, as it happened in the last one, the blood brings out the Cenobite. And when this particular Cenobite, the female, comes out and she takes the patient out and everything, she has an insane, scary looking face, and it's just nuts. But when she comes out in the white suit after he's wrapped her up and everything, that Dr. Channard had, and I honestly was thinking, like, this would be a very badass Halloween costume. I really would like to see somebody cosplay that, or, whatever. It kind of was reminiscent of the film Eyes Without a Face. If you guys have seen that one, you would know what I'm talking about. And if you haven't, checked it out, because I wonder if, I was watching it, I wonder if that's where they got the idea from. And I love how there's a Cenobite making, kids in the maze, like little, like a kit, I'm sorry. And I was just thinking, like, Cenobite maze, Dr. Channard sold separately. It would have been a pretty cool action figure thing with it. And I really think that the as I said in the first one, the special effects are top notch, and in this one as well, except for whenever Dr. Channard comes to the hospital wing. It's kind of bad, and I just, I'm wondering, kind of like, these films don't have the greatest budget, which is fine, because they work with what they got, but I wonder if it was like that was a last minute, like, crap, or if it was just a bad idea from the beginning, or whatever it is. But overall, this one really is a good sequel, and it does, it's a good continuation, because we get directly after what happens. I definitely recommend it. It is on Tubi, and it is on YouTube, I believe, and Amazon Prime. But, if you guys have seen it, what do you think? I know that this is kind of, these ones are kind of cult classics, but I know they get more obscure as they go along, because I've seen up to like the fifth one, and they're definitely something to be remembered for sure, because they, I think, really in a lot of ways pioneered not pioneered, but continued making body horror very big. I think that they helped people like David Cronenberg continue getting to do what he's doing, because when you think body horror, you definitely think of Hellraiser films, because that's all it is, and it looks like very good practical effects. you know, I'm just kind of rambling at this point, but I definitely recommend checking it out. It's a good sequel, it is a good film all the way around, and I'll be back with another review soon.